videos. Today's video is going to be my January and February book roundup. I thought I would incorporate kind of book videos into this channel because I do read a lot and I just really want to talk about books. So I'm going to be talking about books I have read in January and February, books that I am currently reading, and books that I want to read in March and April. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the Legend trilogy, and this is by Marie Lu. It's kind of a dystopian society kind of book. It's based in America, and one side of America is kind of a military-based country, so it's run by the military, and the other side of America is run by commercial companies, I guess it is. It's run by giant corporations. We follow two young people in these books, Day and June. Day is a fugitive or criminal, and he is kind of causing trouble for this military society of which they live. Now, June is from a military family. She's from like the richer class, because you do have a kind of class divide within this. So you've got like poorer people and then the richer people. The story is based around not only June and Day's relationship towards each other, but their relationships with other people, with the society around them. Some people apparently don't like these, but I really enjoyed them. I found them easy to follow. They weren't a hard read and they're just really enjoyable story. The next book I'm going to talk about is on my Kindle. Now, I do get books on my Kindle as well as in print. It just depends how much they are. It depends on if I'm impatient to have the book right there and then. The next book I'm going to talk about is called Shadow and Bone. This is by Leigh Bardugo. I hope I'm saying that right. It's part of the Grisha trilogy. I've heard quite a bit about this book, so I knew I had to get on board with it because it's a fantasy style that I like. It kind of reminds me of the Trudy Carnarvon books, The Magician's Guild, whereas you've got a class of magicians who rule over all the rest of the normal people. This is about a young girl. She's an apprentice illustrator. I think that's how I'd kind of describe her role as. And she finds out she's got magic, and it's about her journey into learning about her powers, about the corruption of the government, as usually is with these kind of stories, and how she's rebelling against that corruption. I'm just really enjoying it so far, and I'm interested to see what the future books or the story will develop. The next series I want to talk about stems from me purchasing Clariel. Now, I've been a big fan of Garthnick's since I was a teenager. I read all the Old Kingdom series and I've been a big fan of his work. So I didn't actually know that this book was out. So when I saw it in the shops, I was like, wait, what? There's another book? And this is a prequel, kind of a prequel, because it's a different story. It's just about the same world. I think it's set 600 years before the Abyssine novels. So it's set 600 years before Sabriel and Lyriel. And it's about a girl called Clariel who wants to become, I guess I'd describe it as a ranger, become part of the forest, but her family want her to get involved with society and, high society and marry someone rich and all that kind of thing. And it's about her journey into getting rid of a free magic creature. I found this harder to get into than Lyriel and Sabriel and them kind of novels. It's a story of corruption, about how people are tempted by free magic. The few issues I had with this book is that she's just really whiny. Like, I feel that Clariel is really whiny. All she's doing throughout the whole book is moaning about how much she just wants to escape into the forest, but she's taken no consideration for other people's feelings as well, her family's feelings. She just seems really selfish and really whiny, so I wasn't a huge fan of this book. I did enjoy it, but I wasn't as big as a fan as the other books. Speaking of the other books, I have reread some of the Old Kingdom series, so I have reread Lyriel and Sabriel. I love these books. I really enjoy the story of them. I enjoy plot developments, and I think Garthnick's books are just really unique in the way that the magic is put across. So the fact that they use charter marks and symbols. I seem to have misplaced my Abyssine book, which is the next book on from these two. So it goes Sabriel, Lyriel, then Abyssine. And I actually don't know where I've put it, so I'm probably gonna have to rebuy it to finish the set and so I can read it again. Another book I read this month is Clockwork Angel by Cassandra Clare. This is in the same world as the Mortal Instruments series, but it's set 100 years before. So it's set in Victorian times. It's based around a girl called Tessa, who she arrives in England and is captured upon her arrival straight away, and it turns out that she's actually a warlock. She didn't know that she had her powers in the first place. She has a really unique power. This story is about her entering the world of the shadow hunters, the world of the downworlders. The downworlders, if you know this series and if you know her works, the downworlders are like vampires, warlocks, werewolves. So it's about her entering this society, getting involved with shadow hunters, getting to know her powers and trying to overcome the big bad. I'm really interested to see where this series is going to go, as I did really enjoy the Mortal Instruments series. Now on to books I am currently reading. There's two books primarily that I'm currently reading. The first one is, it's on my Kindle, and it is The Queen of the Tailing. I've seen this reviewed quite a few times, so I thought I'd give it a go. I am enjoying the story so far. It's about a young girl who is the queen of this nation, and she's been hidden away since she was a young child because her uncle is trying to assassinate her. And on her, I think it's her 19th birthday, and it's kind of when she comes of age, taken back to the capital city, and basically is getting into her role as the monarch, discovering what it takes to rule. So it's quite an interesting read so far. Another book I'm working my way through at the moment is some of these Sherlock Holmes stories. Now, I feel like I can read this in between reading Queen of the Tailing. Usually I only have one book on the go, well, one or two books on the go at any one time. But with this, because it's just short stories, I feel like I can just read them every now and again. I really love Sherlock Holmes. I like the TV show Sherlock, which is what inspired me to pick this up. My dad actually read these when he was a kid, and I don't know why, but I thought I'd never really get into them, but I actually have been, and I've been really enjoying them. The language isn't too hard. I always thought the language could have been a bit difficult, but the language is easy to read. They're just really good stories, and I'm enjoying them. Another book I am kind of reading at the moment is The Harsh Cry of the Heron by Leanne Hearn. This is a sequel to Tales of the Autori. I loved that trilogy. Like, I remember reading that when I was about 16 and I absolutely fell in love with it. I believe it's set in Japan. It's just a really different kind of book to what I'm used to reading. Again, this is on my Kindle, but I was reading this and I don't know why I put it down and I just never picked it back up again. So I really want to pick this back up soon. It's about the children of the two main characters in the Tales of the Autori books. So it's set 19 years in the future. It's about their children, current goings on, what's happening in the land, current turmoils and dramas. There's new things unfolding, so it's really interesting, and I'm going to start on this again and hopefully get it finished this month. So another thing I want to talk to you about today is a book that I can't really get into or I'm not really enjoying. So this is called Priestess of the White by Trudy Carnarvon. I loved the Trudy Carnarvon series, The Magician's Guild, so I bought Priestess of the White on my Kindle thinking it was going to be like a similar kind of style, but I just can't get into it. There's something about it I'm not enjoying at the moment. I am going to give it another go, but at the moment it's kind of just sitting on my Kindle, not being read, just chilling there. So books I want to read in March and April. There are a few books that I'd like to read in the next few months. So I would like to continue on with the Grisha series. Probably going to get hold of book 2 sometime soon. I need to pick up another copy of Abyssin and I'm going to be reading that. I've read all the others, so I might as well continue on with the series and reread it. I'm finding myself wanting to reread quite a few of the books that I've already had and I've not read for quite a while. I do like rereading books because I feel like there's more I discover on each reading of them, and there's more that I find out about the story on each reading. So I'm going to be rereading Abyssin over the next 2 months. I also want to read the next books by Sarah Maas, I think she's called, Sarah J. Maas. The Throne of Glass books. I did read Throne of Glass last year, so I'd like to continue on with that series. Maybe reread Throne of Glass as it has been a while. I'd also like to read some more classics. Reading Sherlock Holmes is maybe more interested in reading some more classic literature. So I'm going to go have a nosy in Waterstones, see what's there. That's one thing that my book library is missing, and it's one thing that in general my reading habits are missing, as I read mostly fantasy, young adult, dystopian future kind of novels. So I do list all the books I am currently reading, all the books I have read, and all the books I want to read on my Goodreads account. So I will leave a link to that down below. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. It's my first bookish video, so sorry if it was a little bit all over the place. I don't really know how to describe stories without giving spoilers away, so I'm going to work on that in the next videos. Let me know in the comments what books you have recently read, also what books are on your to read list. Thank you for watching and bye!